Alrighty, guys and gals, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Misty Mountain Gaming Channel. I'm Big E, and we are currently on our hardcore mage. This is called the Naked Mage Challenge. This is not the Naked YouTuber. I appreciate that comment. You know who you are. This is Mr. X-Bite. This is our troll mage. There's a little greeting for you. We're currently on our way to, I believe, the Horde Camp. What is it called? I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. It's called Sunrock Retreat. Yes, sirree, Bob. Hope everyone's doing well today. Did I already say that? I don't know. If I did not say it, I do hope everyone is doing well. I'm not doing too bad. Changed up my audio settings, and I hope they're okay. Did a couple of tests, and my microphone wasn't coming through. But now it should be okay. Any old two. Here we go. Oh, somebody was right behind me. Who was that? Little warlock there.
I'm out of.
Oh, he's out of range. Well, you just missed an intellect. Yes, you did. Let's buff ourselves up here. Let's see. What are we going to work on? We've got a couple things to do here. We came back here because I'm looking for some greenish quests to do. We're going to go pick up Cycle of Rebirth. And maybe Elemental War. That might be the fire elementals, I think. Where do I get that quest? Cycle of Rebirth. Now, we can do this quest without going into the Charred Vale, or whatever it's called. Scarred Vale? Never remember what it is. I think it's the Charred Vale. This is Tamara.
How may I
Or
aid?
Tamra. Industrial greed and continuous war have wrecked the lands of Stone Talon. Only the blessings of the Earth Mother can cure such injury. Exabyte. I will require you to seek a special seed, the Gaia Seed. They are only found here in Stone Talon Mountains, north of Sunrock Retreat at Merkfallen Lake, near the water's edge even. Once you bring me the seeds, I will imbue them with the shamanistic power to speed their growth.
Walk with the
She wants 10 of them. I think she has a sad story about her son. Let's go. Why am I running? I have a mount. Let's go and see. Let's go see what Elemental Earth is about. Let's move that a little bit. There we are. I'm kind of avoiding this Charred Vale because it's pretty rough. It's a rough area for a hardcore challenge. I'll tell you that. This water elemental, if you've ever paid attention, he constantly is battling the fire. He hates it. I noticed this years ago. It's kind of funny. Let's check in and see what he has here. Tsunamin. We're going to want to do not Trouble in the Deeps because that's a dungeon quest. We'll do Elemental War. The Tribunal of the Tides has sent me to wage war on the fire elementals and the campfires here in Stone Talon Mountain. Neptulon, the Tide Hunter, Lord of all water elementals, has taken a personal interest in seeing our fiery cousins extinguished. Exabyte, you can help me gain favor with the Tribunal by destroying the fire elementals in the Charred Vale. He wants us to kill 10 Incendrites. Alrighty, I think we can do that for you. What is this other thing he has, though? Black Fathom Deeps? Oh, so this is... I speak to this guy. I might pick that up. Then the follow-up is probably to go into Black Fathom Deeps, which we're not going to be doing because we are on a hardcore challenge. Let's go up this way first. These other two quests... Oh, let's actually do Cineris's Legacy. Now, this is a little bit rough, too. It requires us to come up here, which is an Alliance camp. If you don't know that, there's an Alliance camp up here. But let's go pick up this quest. We might run up there. This is what I like to see. I like to see these green quests. Yes, I do. Also, if you're Horde, there is a shortcut, as you can see here, through this little path to the Charred Vale. You come out, like, down here. You can also get here if you're Alliance. Just watch out for these guards. They will try to wreck you. Is this it? Yeah, Cineris' Legacy. Blood Elf.
Victory lies ahead.
Okay, this is Braylon. You cannot imagine the hatred I possess for this wretched land. The ilk of Cineris and the Kaldori druids at the peak employ their pathetic powers to stifle the flow of magic, even so far beyond of their pathetic holdings, even so far south even, their beloved forests. Let me slow down here. What that I could return the Jadenar and exult in the flow of magic, but my master will not allow me to return until my work is done. I have no doubt that you love the Night Elves and their allies as little as I. Aid me, and both our ends might be satisfied. I don't really hate anybody.
We will have justice.
It's not an RP server. Let me see what calling in the reserves is. I know what Harpy's threaten is. Oh, deliver a... Okay, yeah, we can deliver a letter. Yeah, we'll pick that up. We can do deliveries. Don't think we're going to be messing with... I don't know. We got to go down there to get some Sendrites, or whatever they're called. We can untrack these ones that are completed here. We'll have a look. Maybe we'll hang around like the top section and not go all the way in, because it's dangerous. It's risky. And this is the Naked Mage Challenge. And somebody commented, is clicking buttons part of the challenge? Yeah, a little poke at my button clicking. I'm really used to it at this point. It used to kind of like bother me, but not anymore. I'm a button clicker. That probably would be a challenge to most people if they had to click their abilities. Not for me, though. For me, it's actually easier. Now, there is an elite wyvern, whatever you call these things. There is an elite one rolling around here, and I got to be careful. These things are actually gray mobs to us, so I can just kind of, roll through here. Now, I think that elite is on the other side. Keep an eye out for it. If we see it, we will skull it right up. Can I get this? Nope. Can't get it. What is this on my bar? Oh. Yeah, a little flask. This is, it's a Monday for me, but this comes out on, I think, Thursday. It should be out on a Thursday. A little bit ahead here. I did change the schedule up on the channel a little bit. I'm trying to, I had to do it because videos were, sometimes I would have way too many videos one day and then not enough the other day. So I think I've come up with something that works. And if you're interested in the schedule, you can go to the About section on my channel here, and you can look at the schedule. I hope it's accurate. It should be. Now, there also is a quest, and I don't know why we haven't picked it up yet. It might be a follow-up. We'll need, like, I think eyeballs from the coursers. We'll need sap from these sap beasts. That's also something we can do up at Stone Talon Peak. But it might be after we do this. I'm not sure. We actually might be too high of a level to see it, honestly. Maybe I skipped it or something. Possible. Kind of, I'm looking out for that, that elite. It does fly. It does pat around here. I think it's a 30 elite. Could be higher. Do I have a fishing skill? I don't think we've... No, we don't. We don't even have fishing. You guarding that pine cone? I'm going to call them pine cones. He is guarding it. Let's do battle with a sap beast. Yeah, I know it's new people coming, you know, into the channel, looking at some of the videos. It's probably really strange to see somebody clicking abilities. In fact, I know that it is. Literally every other YouTuber I watch or have seen has keybinds. Literally everyone. Except for me. Now, there was a YouTuber I used to watch, and I've mentioned it on the channel before. I can't remember the channel's name or whatever, but he played World of Warcraft. This was some years ago. And he also clicked buttons. Now, he didn't have an interface like this. He would just click them from down here. Only other YouTuber I've seen that. I mean, I see a YouTuber every once in a while click something, you know, but it's not like their main rotation is on the bar like mine is. This is how I started playing the game, and, you know, it's just a habit. People who start with keybinds, that's going to be your habit, you know? So, yeah, I've gotten some pretty rough comments over it, but like I said, I'm just used to it now. It's just the way that I play. It's just easier for me. And again, I try to look at the positive side of things. And you're like, well, what could be the positive side of clicking buttons? Well, I'll tell you, it's for the viewer. You can actually see my rotation and see exactly what I'm doing. That's really the only positive. Aside from the positive value that it's just easier for me to do it. Oh no. What the heck? Da-da-da-doo. Da-da-da-da. We are playing in Wrath of the Lich King here, and we are on a US East server called Maladath. There is a hardcore guild here called Victory or Death. And do I make this announcement? I think I might make this announcement. Am I... Hold on, guys. What's going on here? Oh, I'm fine. Make sure my monitor's not in the way here. It's not, but this is... Brighten it up a little. Is that any better? I think it's a little bit better. I looked a little bit dark on the screen. Classic Era is poppin'. There are a ton of people playing Classic Era. Bloodsail Buccaneers is poppin' with the... there's a hardcore community there, and I mean a big hardcore community there. So I have started... I will make the announcement right now. I have started, and you may... Have you seen a video yet? Probably not. But I have started the Iron Man Challenge. It's going to be a new series on the channel. We've done the Iron Man Challenge before. We've done it once in retail, and I'm pretty sure we've done it once in Classic. Never gotten to 60. And if you don't know what the Iron Man Challenge is, it is incredibly difficult. It's the hardest challenge you can do. I think probably aside from the Pacifist. The Pacifist is not... The Pacifist, you cannot kill anything. You cannot accept any quest that requires you to kill mobs. And you have to get to 60 that way. It's pretty interesting. But for the Iron Man Challenge, you're not allowed to have any gear above white gear. There are no deaths, obviously. You cannot have any professions or talents. You cannot have any buffs aside from what you can put on yourselves. No potions, no flasks, no elixirs, no health stones, none of that. Pretty interesting. Now, there is a patrol that I have seen. It walks... What it does is it walks... Where are we at? We're up here. This cave. It walks... It has a long path, and it comes down to like right in here, and then goes back. And it's an elite mob. So we're going to have to be mindful of that. I got to keep an eye out for it, and I'm going to mark it up when I see it. Shouldn't have too much trouble with these mobs. The only ones I foresee a potential problem with are the ones that, these guys, the Son of Cineris, because they have these Trinkets, or Trents. Is that her? No, it's not her, but let's get her. Oh. Is she flagged for PvP? Was this guy flagged? Oh, it's just telling me I can attack it, I guess. Okay. Got to dampen magic up, so should reduce the damage that we take. I think those are arcane bolts that they're casting, so I do have Fire Ward and Frost Ward, but I think those are arcane. Got a little skeleton happening right here. Yeah, we're still on. I did buy some sweet nectar because we've got a pretty. I mean, it's an okay mana pool, but we weren't restoring enough with the conjured water. That should change when we hit level 29 or 30. It should increase. So for right now, we've got more effective water. I wonder what they do with their mana here. Oh, they do that. I don't know what that was. Was that a little heal, perhaps? Now, there are some Fey dragons, or Fairy dragons. I can't remember what they're called. I don't remember if they're hostile. They might be. Now, I can sheep beasts, humanoids, and critters. I can't sheep an elemental. I can sheep this. I might sheep this. Oh my god. Let me get a sheep off here. Thing walked right up on me. Hopefully he stays sheeped for a bit. Gotta kind of be a little bit careful. I just realized I don't have any health pots. I'm gonna put a bandage up here. This is not good right here. Okay, that's a little bit better. I should be fine. I've got a Frost Nova to keep them off me. Well, that's lucky there. But I'm a little bit low on mana here. Also have to remember to use my evocation. Is that what it's called? Evocation. While channeling the spell, you gain 60% of your total mana. I also think there's a talent, or it might be a glyph, where I also gain a little health doing this. But we've not really used this. Let's see how effective it is. This might be the first time we've used it, honestly. Pretty good. Yeah, there are a couple patrols here. I should have been zoomed out a little bit further there. So that's going to be the play for these things. As you can see, we can't take melee hits. Just can't. We just get wrecked. Miss. Doesn't feel too good missing something 5 levels below you. Bandage up here. I want to thank Rob. I know him as Rob the Red of the Red Shirt Order. He's in our viewer-based guild. We created a guild over the weekend. You know, last weekend. Everything was voted on. You know, people all had a chance to vote. He's in the guild. And this guy, he's one of my EU viewers. I have a lot of EU viewers. This legend is actually playing on a US server, man. Yes. How you doing, Rob? Anyway, he has been helping me out with my talent points. Yes, he has. I definitely was incorrectly spec'd the way that I went. The way that we are spec'd now with decreased cast time on Frostbolt, Icy Veins, we're into Shatter. Just so much better, honestly. Appreciate that, Rob. If anybody's interested in joining that guild, we are playing on a US West PvE server. And the server is called, I don't know how to say it. People were making fun of me because I can't pronounce it. It's like a Tesh or a Tish. It's a full server. And it's the Misty Mountain Gaming Co. Guild. You can roll a character over there if you already have a character and you'd like to join. Just whisper anybody that you find online. Everybody has permission to invite. And we've already done some guild runs. A lot of fun. Had a lot of fun. We did like a 5-hour stream yesterday. A whole lot of fun. And we're going to be doing more guild runs this weekend. We ran Dead Mines, and then we did Wailing Caverns, and I tanked both of them. Wailing Caverns was interesting. I was low level and didn't have all of my abilities trained up. Like one of the most important ones. What is it called for Paladin, where you generate threat with your like holy attacks? I can't remember. And I didn't have Hand of Reckoning, which is like a taunt. It was rough. And then I got that stuff, and we ran Wailing Caverns, and it was a little bit better. I have virtually zero experience. Not virtually. It's not the right word to use. I have, like, no experience with tanking. And but I gotta say, I'm enjoying Prot Pally. Yes. It's a lot of fun. And I'm getting used to it. The group carried me. I mean, let's be real. We had some hard hitters. And that's the nice thing about a guild, man, as opposed to like a pug group. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a pickup group, but people in your guild are going to be, they tend to be a lot more friendly and a lot more patient. Also, I'm a big-time YouTuber. No, it was a hell of a lot of fun. We had a couple of wipes in Dead Mines. On the ship. That's a rough area, man. If you were under-leveled, it's so easy. And I have this thing I do, mostly on, like, melee classes, but also my ranged. I jump when I attack sometimes. So there's a part in the Dead Mines where you go up onto the ship. It's right after Smite, right? And then you go up onto the ship. You take a right, and there's an area above. And I kept jumping when I was attacking the mobs below, and I think I pulled 3 times. I pulled the mobs from on top. And my guildmates, this dude, he was like, I think it was either Drew, it was Touch Me to or Zan, I can't remember, it might have been Torment. He's like, you're pulling because you're jumping. And it didn't sink into my thick head. It's like the 3rd time around, then I'm like, oh. It was a lot of fun, though. But if you're interested, yeah, feel free to join. Still a lot of low-level characters. I think I'm only like level 16 or 17 right now. It's all about having fun, and it's super casual, super laid back. We're going to be doing some RP events. The Bloodsail Buccaneers is an RP server, and I've already got some RP events planned. Might do them this weekend. Now, I'm not like I'm not a professional RPer, but I like the idea of it. But we've got some, some recognition to some people. I have one tongue lashing to give out. It's gonna be all in fun. I'll try to get that going on this weekend, and I will be live streaming this weekend as well. I'm gonna try to get that going on a little bit more often. It's so nerve-wracking for me because of like my social anxiety. But I always have the most fun, always, after it started and I get a little comfortable. Always. It's always just amazing. All right, we're going to sheep. Do some berserking here. Kind of hoping we would get a freeze off there. I'm a little bit nervous about this patrol. She has a very, very long patrol. I think she probably walks like all the way to the back of that cave. I think it's friendly to the Alliance. I've never been all the way back in there. But I think it's friendly to the Alliance. I don't know why I feel guilty slaying these things. But I do. I mean, I know we're the Horde. They do look kind of freaky. They are pretty freaky looking. But that was a blood elf, and she's talking about night elves. Okay, so I get it. Let's pay attention to what we're doing here. I only need... Okay, we need 2 more botanists and 1 more... Oh, we're done with Sons of Cineris. Good. Daughters and botanists. The botanist should be, like, back in here. There's a botanist. And there's a daughter. Let's take care of the daughter. When I mean take care of, I mean murder. But after my tanking experience, why am I getting resisted? Oh, I bet they're resistant to... They probably have high resistances to nature and frost and fire, maybe. That's the only reason I can think that we would be getting resisted 5 times by something 5 levels below us. But after my seeing... So here's the thing about button clicking. It does not work very well as a tank. Now, it actually works wonders. It works fine for me as a healer because I use click and I have mouse over... I can just mouse over stuff, right? I click a couple of things, but that's fine. But on the tank, it's completely different. Also on the DPS, on Sorrow, it's completely different. But I do have... It's literally a brand new mouse, and I took it out of the box, and I used it for about 5 seconds. Damn it. I'm going to just run out of range here. I don't feel like dealing with this thing. So I set up keybinds on it. It's got like 8 buttons on the mouse, right? It's like weighted and all that stuff. It's a decent mouse. The problem is with that mouse, the buttons were too small, and my fingers are too big. My thumb was too big, and when I was trying to depress a button... I would depress like 2 or 3 buttons. So maybe I can find something a little bigger. But my point is, after seeing my performance, tanking, I am going to try to work some macros and some keybinds in on the Paladin. There are definitely 2 things I can do that would make a huge, huge difference for me, and I'm going to be trying to do that. If anybody cares. I'm going to stay kind of zoomed out in here a little bit. Let's get our dampen magic back up here. Okay, so the Fey Dragons, they are hostile here. Does that put a dot on? It doesn't. It just slows them. Now my Fireball puts a dot on the target. Yeah, but there's a quest to come up here as the Horde and to kill these Coursers, the Sap Beasts, the Fey Dragons. Also, isn't there like Night Stalkers or something? Dude, it is so grindy. Is that her? Oh my god, that's her. So, we skull her up. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, that's a rare. It is a rare. It's a silver portrait, but see how it says Elite down there? That is death. So that's a rare elite, and the rare elites in the game are rare. They're rarer than just the rare mobs. So if you see a mob like this and it's got the silver dragon, hover your mouse over it, and if it doesn't say elite, it's going to have great loot. She probably has great loot as well, but just be wary. If it says elite, in my personal opinion, you should count that thing 5-6 levels above you. And in our case, we would potentially be one or two shotted by that thing. Yes. You don't see those very often. You see the rares and you see the elites. The elites are the gold portrait dragons. And in my experience in Classic, the elites, they don't really drop anything. Sometimes you do. The rares, I think you're guaranteed something kind of special. You know, if you're lower level, it should be at least white gear. But over a certain level, it should be at least green, but you can get blues and purples off of those. Yes. Oh, we're completed here. We are complete. Let's untrack that one. Where's my Hearthstone? I did not set it. It's free wind post. I never remember to do it, man. Never. I watch Travisine, and he always sets his Hearthstone to whatever inn he's for the area he's questing in. I do it once out of 100 times. So you don't have to make this run back when you're out questing, you know. Travisine has joined the guild. We have Jay Plays, another one of my favorite YouTubers. He has joined the guild. We have Torment. He's in the guild. He's got a YouTube channel. I like to give people shout-outs and recognition. Torment hasn't put anything out, and it's been a little while, but I think he's got a video out. He has at least one. At the time of this video, I actually just got a notification about it this morning. I went to watch it, but it was still processing. YouTube can take a long time to process your videos after they're uploaded. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing what that's about. Torment, if you're watching, what's going on, brother? Torment, this dude in the guild, man, you talking about YouTuber perks and Guildmaster perks. I felt like fucking Asmund Gold. It was ridiculous. It was uncomfortable. But Torment basically hooked me up with a full set of pretty decent green gear for my level. Yeah, and I mean, all kinds of stuff. And I have at least, it's probably 7 or 8 players, and I'm trying to keep track of all this stuff, who have given, Pally Swayze in the guild, he's given like 1,100 gold or more. Duck Lord, I'm going to forget names here. There's a ton of people I'm going to forget to mention. All kinds of people, and this is part of the RP event that's going to happen. Maybe this weekend is a lot of recognition for what people have done. It's a lot. We have 3 guild tabs open. I think the first one's free. Actually, I don't think it is. The second tab is 250 gold. The third tab is 500 gold. And I would not have been able to do any of that without these people. I don't know what's going on in that server and people in my guild. They are ballers, man. just ballers. I have never been rich in World of Warcraft. Never.
That steel recharge in.
Now, retail's a little bit different because, I mean, I don't know. Gold just doesn't have any meaning over there, it seems like. I'm talking about classic versions of the game. Like, if I get up close to 100 gold, like, that is a lot of gold for me. And I know that's, like, ridiculous. That's like pocket change for some of you guys and gals out there. But for me, like, Pally Swayze came up. When we formed the guild, people were just giving me stuff. And I tried rewatching parts of the video to write everything down. But a lot of stuff happened off camera, too. Like, after I had stopped streaming, people come up. And I know I'd miss people, but Pally Swayze put 1,000 gold in the trade, which enabled us to get the third tab. People bought the guild tabard, which I think is 10 gold to do everything, man. I mean, it's the people's guild, that's for sure. It's not my guild. I had people like LaShaw helped me out with guild ranks because I totally screwed them up. I mean, they were a nightmare. I would go to promote somebody and would say, "You've been demoted." It was just ridiculous. He straightened all that out for me. He jumped into Discord. I didn't even know how to, like, work Discord. He showed me how to, like, I could share the screen and showed me what he did. Touch Me Nancy. Drew he's an officer in Discord. He's putting out links. Drew boosted the server. I don't even know what that means yet. I haven't figured out what that means. We need that up. Flame shield here. Boosted our server, which was awesome. I think that it gives you, like, you can get stickers and custom emotes and things. I plan to do a lot more with Discord, and I'm actually watching videos. I watched a video this morning about how to use Discord and all that. So I'm trying to get better. There's a whole lot of stuff you can do. We can get community and members and events, all kinds of stuff. So hopefully you can get that going on. I didn't even know this, but there's a way to, like, make money off of Discord. These guys are immune to fire here, so I just gotta go in with Frost. I don't know, that's weird to me, though. That's weird. And that's kind of one of the reasons I'm not on Twitch.
I need to target something first.
But here's the thing. I've been wrestling and struggling with this for a long time. Like, making money on the channel. Like, I've had people who have offered to donate money to me. And I've had, like, stores. When I first started this channel, I was like, okay, I want to do everything that a YouTuber does, right? Like, open a merch store and all that. Dude, the merch stores, I gotta be honest, they're kind of a ripoff, man. They charge so much money. You have to jack the prices up, like $25, $30, $40 for a coffee mug, and then I get like $1. It's so ridiculous, the greed. Now, they're doing everything. They have the merchandise. They're printing it. They're shipping it. I get it, but I had the store up, and then I took it down, and then I put it up for a different company, and then I took it down because I don't know, man. It just didn't feel good charging people. And honestly, the first company I had, I bought a mug myself just to see what it's going to be like. It was okay, but it was kind of cheap. Do I have it on the table here? No, I don't have it on the table. I don't know, it felt weird. But I did put a link on the channel to my PayPal for tips. And here's the reason I've decided to do it. I would like to do this full time. Now, I have no illusions of... it's some of these dudes, man. The Mark Pliers and the Asmund Golds. I mean, they're millionaires many, many times over. Mr. Beast. It's insane. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. I have no illusions of getting anywhere near that. But for me, I feel like I would be successful if I was able to pay, like, part of my internet bill. Right? My internet bill is like $125 a month. If I could pay a quarter of my internet bill, I'd be like, yeah, this feels... I feel like I'm doing something here. But I just can't even imagine being able to, like, do this for a living. I'd love to do it, and I do want to try to do it. But I'm kind of weird about money, man. I always have been. And I put myself in positions where I purposely can't sit on my haunches, you know? Because I had kind of I wrote a program. I've mentioned this on the channel. I think I've mentioned it once. It's kind of weird for me to talk about. But I wrote a program. I wrote this program back in the 90s when I was getting my Microsoft certifications. Oh, man. Okay, that actually doesn't do that much damage. And it was for my router. Because back in the day when you were trying to get Microsoft Certified Professional MCP and Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer, which is MCSE, that used to be a big deal. In the IT world, that was an engineer level certification. And I got them. I got all that stuff. But back then, it was hands-on type of experience. I remember having NT server and NT workstations. I'm talking about Microsoft systems. And routers and hubs, and I would set all this stuff up in like my little rooms, and I would practice and get good and try to do it, SMS administration and all this stuff. And I was having problems with one of my routers. I won't say the name of the router. I don't think it matters, but I don't know. Who knows? So I wrote a little script. It's just a little script that I wrote, which helped IP traffic and DNS cache resolve and all this kind of stuff. And I just used it for my personal use. It was a very simple program, I thought. And years later, it was just one of these things where I knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy. I was just talking about this, and he's like, hey, man, I know this guy. He works for... This is, like I said, years later. This was on Google Play. It was an app maker on Google Play. And he had been talking to the friend, I guess, who worked there, describing this issue. And because we were talking tech talk, he's like, this is the exact same problem that these people are having. And this was a kind of a, I say it was a little bit bigger than a startup company. I mean, the company had a little bit of money in its pocket. I don't feel good being in here. Let's just track this one. I need 5 more. Anyway, he put me in contact with this guy. It was an engineer, or like the lead developer for this company. And I talked to him for a little bit, and I was explaining what my program did and what I wrote it for. And, oh, right, what am I doing? Oh, man. Oh, my God, dude. Misplays. Frost, they're immune to fire. Anyway, long story short, these people made me an offer, like, it was either that day or the next day. They made a cash offer to me, and it blew my mind. Because, like, I was ready to just, here, you could just use the program. That's what I was going to do. And these people, he was very professional in business. Like, he said, okay, let me get back to you. I'm going to talk to, but whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they made me this cash offer, and the amount of money... Now, don't get me wrong. It's not like they offered me millions of dollars, okay? But I will say it was 6 figures, which I didn't even know how to act. I tried playing it cool because it was completely out of left field. It was out of the blue. It was so weird, and it's so weird for me to even think about it or talk about it still. And I took it, and I was talking to, over the, since that happened, I've been in, IT positions. Now I'm just a programmer. I don't do, like, the IT support, although programming, the type of programming I do, like bug fixes, is kind of support, but whatever. But I was talking to people, it's like, yeah, that's a crazy amount of money for the program you wrote. Because the program, I'm not kidding, it was... maybe 50 lines of code. Maybe. So that was just a special circumstance. I think what happened was that company was probably under the gun about something, and they wanted to get something resolved very quickly. And I think he talked to me a little bit about the type of stuff that they were doing, like the apps. They probably just were kind of in a corner. They were trying to meet a deadline, and they had a solution all of a sudden. And they're like, just give them this. Just give them that. And, yeah. So anyway, I had that little chunk of money. I never really told anybody about it. There's only a few people on this planet who know, oh my God, who know about that. Because it was so weird, and I felt so guilty about it. And it put me in this situation. Like I said, it's not like I could retire or anything, but I didn't work for a little bit. Because at first it was awesome. But then it started messing with me. Anyway, what is the point of this story? I'm not sure at this point. The point is, I ended up, I'll say, I gave the money away is what I did. And only one person actually knows about that. And that's I'd call her my best friend. So the money that I'd gotten there, I actually invested with a company called Vanguard. And I had more luck with that investment. I saw a note over there. What level are we in here? Okay, we're actually not too bad in here, level-wise. But I had some. I invested it. I didn't because, you know, I don't know what to do with money. And keeping your money in the bank that's most people, right? But man, you're talking about a waste. You're not going to make any money keeping your money in the bank if that's what you're trying to do. You have fees, ATM fees. It's just ridiculous. I avoid banks at all cost. If I have to use an ATM, which I do, I find an ATM that has no service charge because I don't want to be charged $3 to withdraw $20 of my money. That's just absolutely. It should be a fucking crime, man. It feels like are the mafia? Do they run that shit? You know what I mean? Like, that's just ridiculous if you think about it. But anyway. So I had it invested in like this. I mean, it's going to sound stupid. It's a wealth management thing. And don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm not wealthy and I've never been wealthy. Okay. But that's what the thing was called. And so part of this program, I actually had to pay for it to keep my money in there because I had basically an investor assigned to me. And his job was to make money off of the money that I put into this company. And their company also made money when I made money. So it was completely in their best interest to do this. What is this? Have we been here before? I don't think I've ever seen this cave before. I'm scared there's going to be like a mob or something in here. What is this, man? This is what I love about this game. Little stuff like this. I don't know how there's not a treasure chest in here. I wonder if that orc came in here. How cool is that? Surely there must be a mob that pops up in there sometimes. Maybe a rare? Have you guys ever seen that before? I've never noticed that. Anyway. I don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, the guy who invested for me, he didn't double the money, but he did really well. He did really well with what he was investing in. And I don't know anything about that, man. I don't know anything about risk strategies, what to invest in. Nothing. That's what they were being paid for. That's what they were hired for. You know, taking a piece of my money. And then I got even more freaked out. And this was, like I said, it was just me, and this other person didn't even know about this. I was the only one who knew about this money, and I was still living like I was poor. It was just so hard for me to do anything with it. I did a couple of things. Like when I first got it, I paid cash for my Camaro, right? It's the 30th anniversary edition SLP performance package Camaro. I paid for that cash. And I did a few other things, and I gave some of it away. I helped my brother out and all this kind of stuff. Man, we just need one more. But that's really kind of all I did. And I sat with that money for, I don't know, like after it had been doubled, for 6 or 7 years. And it just messed with me, man. I can't explain it. But I ended up kind of in a dark place one night, and I impulsively gave it all away. To a charity. I split it up between a couple charities, all to do with children. Children's cancer, domestic stuff. Just And it took a while to do it. It took a lot to do it, like to work it all out. And there were all these forms and all this stuff and blah blah blah. Anyway, I did it, and it was all gone. And then I fucking panicked. Then I straight up panicked. Am I going to release this video? I've never talked about this before, so I think that's what's happening is I'm reliving this and talking about it on my gaming channel, and this is horrible. I'm going to stop talking about this. I don't know if you guys will ever see this video, honestly. I just need one more of these things. Oh, we're not going to talk about this anymore. But anyway, the whole point of that is I wouldn't mind making a living doing... Not a living. I wouldn't mind being able to pay a bill for part of a bill doing this. All this started was because of the Discord. People can buy memberships and stuff. Okay, we finished up the quest. That's a good thing. We also leveled up right there. Let's choose a level here. I think I want to go ice flows here. Yeah, because we're going to be getting... Cone of Cold. This is a pretty good reduction. If I read this correctly, we can get this up to 21%, right? Like roughly 20%. What am I doing here? Oh, let's take this. I think this is what Rob was saying is going to be a good one for me. I also put something in here. I do like the fact that our spells can be longer. Or Blizzard. It does help. We have more of a chance to freeze a target if it's coming towards us. So, increase the range of your Frostbolt, Ice Lance, Deep Freeze, and Blizzard, and the radius of Frost Nova and Cone of Cold by 20%. Okay, I'm going to go here, Rob. I feel like that's an okay one, but I feel like we also need to get this. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good. It's now a 36-yard range. It's actually, we have a longer range with Frostbolt now than we do with Fireball, so I feel like that's really good for us. Hitting them with those Frostbolts, the reduced cast time, so it's just roughly 2 seconds, we have much more increased chance of freezing the target and getting it down before it even gets to us. Anyway, sorry about all that earlier. There was a point to all of it. I just kind of got carried away. Like I said, I think the whole point of this is we're getting close to 1,000 subscribers, and that's the big milestone for a YouTuber. When you hit 1,000 subscribers, you can a whole other kind of financial thing opens up for you. Now it's minimal as hell. Did I miss the turnoff? I don't know where the hell I'm going. I think I missed it. Can I get down this way? Oh my god. I don't want to fall off, man. There is a way down over here. I think I totally went past it. I'm not sure. But this takes up a lot of my time. This is my absolute favorite thing to do. It really is. All of it. The whole process, man. All of the technology in it, setting everything up, it's been a learning curve, but it's been like the most enjoyable thing that I've ever done. And it's helped me out in my personal life on an emotional level that's hard to explain to somebody. I was in a pretty dark spot before this YouTube channel. I got to say, I suffer from depression, anxiety, all this stuff. And I was at a rough spot. And then I started this YouTube channel, and it was almost immediate. And what it is, I've recognized this. It's just the narration, just speaking out loud. I know it's not human interaction, but it had this effect on me. It's better than the best medicine for depression for me personally. Not only that, but also the interaction that I have with my viewers, my subscribers, and now especially this guild. It's just been a wonderful experience. I would say it's been, not trying to be dramatic, but
Winds be at your back.
It's been life-saving for me. Okay, so we just got a follow-up quest there. Let's turn in both of these. Did I pick a talent? I did. Now that's an odd level, so we can't
Anaria
train up
Shalab.
yet.
Death to all who oppose us.
This quest. We'll pick this up. I think this guy's in Ashen Vale. Oh, I think I know what this is, and I don't know why it doesn't say it's not orange or has a plus beside it. I'm going to pick that up.
Shorel Oran.
We'll review what we just picked up there. And what's this other seed? This other seed. Okay, so we have to take these Gaia seeds back to the Charred Vale now. Or, yeah. This goes to the Barrens. Okay, what are we doing on time? Oh my god, we're almost an hour, man. Yeah, we're almost an hour. We gotta wrap this one up. Oh, I have one more thing to turn in. That's right. Let's go turn in this last quest. Sorry about the long episode. And the ranting. I tend to work things out as I'm narrating. I know I share way too much. I always have. It's maybe it's a flaw. I don't know. I'm just kind of an open, honest person, I guess, and I don't have a lot of people to talk to. So this is therapy. I've said that before. The channel has been therapy for me. And honestly, like I said, you guys may never see this video because I'm like kind of embarrassed. Some things just come out. I have shared things on this channel that I just way too personal that I shouldn't share. But I don't know. Maybe that might be something that people connect with too. It is for me personally, I can tell you. Boy, man. Let's call this an episode before everybody needs a therapy session. I'll probably, if this video comes out, it'll probably be called Therapy Session. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate it. You guys and gals take care. Exabyte myself. We'll catch you in the next episode.
It's been real.
It's been real. Peace.